Welcome to this gentle adult yoga class. Grab a mat and let's get started. All right, so let's find a comfortable seat, wriggle the buttocks flesh away, and feel those two little sits bones reaching down like roots into the floor. Take a nice deep breath and stretch up tall. Roll those shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and turn the palms up. Close your eyes or look downcast. And take some nice, slow, deep breaths. And we're beginning to move into the season of autumn. We're feeling a chill in the air. The leaves are turning brown. The flowers are fading and dying. It's a very letting go time of year. We can practice today with our connection to that sense of letting go of whatever no longer serves us. Although it's not completely that time of year yet, but today feels like that to me, because the seasons can sort of go in and out, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're taking some nice, slow, easy breaths. And in line with this theme, you can notice how there's a letting go every time you breathe out. So even though fall is only one season of the year, life is always the pattern of taking in and letting go, or actually letting go first, making space, and then taking in something new. Letting go with each exhale, being open to something new with each inhale. Just watching the breath, letting go, and receiving something new. And as you follow your breath, on the exhale, pause for a moment and just stay in that exhale. And as you breathe in at the top of the breath, pause for a moment, taking in that newness. Exhaling, pausing. Inhaling and pausing. And just begin to savor that pattern, not only of letting go and taking in, but of complete letting go and surrendering, in total fullness and appreciating. Willing to be totally empty, open to being totally full, giving and receiving, the cycle of life. And let's inhale and reach up. And we're going to stretch one arm up to the sky and then the other. So again, you're feeling the reaching, receiving, one side and then the other. And let's reach to one side and then to the other. We're just bringing one elbow in as we reach to the opposite side. Lengthening the breath, savoring that, taking in and letting go. And back to center. Let's bring the arms out in front. We're going to rock a little bit towards the hands and rock away. Inhaling and exhaling. So notice the energy. Notice how you feel. And sitting up nice and tall, we'll lower the chin to the chest and roll the ear to one side. Lower the chin to the chest and roll the ear the other way. And come back to center, shoulders down, spine tall. Let's look over one shoulder and look back the other way. Nice, smooth movements. The head is tall and perched lightly on the top of our spine. And coming back to the first side, let's just nod 3 times towards the shoulder. Come back up and look the other way and bow. Feel that stretch in the back of your neck. And back to center. Let's bring one shoulder up. Squeeze the ear to the shoulder. Head up, shoulder down. The shoulder up. Squeeze and down. Shoulder up. Squeeze. Shoulder up. Let's inhale the arms out. Let's reach forward as far as you can and squeeze those elbows back. Inhale, reach forward and press the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, reaching out, shoulder blades stick out, elbows towards each other, shoulder blades back. Inhaling, reach forward. Now again, this can go either way, because if you inhale this way, you're breathing into your back body, or if you're inhaling this way, you're breathing into your front body. So see which feels best for you. Remember, we have more surface area in the back of our lungs than in the front. And rest. Feel the energy running through your neck, shoulders, and arms and hands. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders and we'll do some flying. And up and down. And let's bring one arm to the floor and the other arm up and over. Big side stretch. Rotate, look down. And rotate, look up. Come back to center. And change sides. Inhale up, exhale over. Rotate down. Rotate up. Reach out and down. One more set. Inhale tall. Exhale over. Rotate down. Rotate up. Back to center. Open and down. Inhale tall and over. Rotate down. Rotate up. And down. And notice how you feel. Let's bring the fingertips together. Let's tent the fingers, lift the elbows, squeeze. And make a flower. Drink in the nectar of the lotus of enlightenment. And I'm lifting the elbows, isometric exercise. And open. One more press. And open. And let's just wring our hands, just giving yourself a little squeeze and hook the fingers together. And we'll do a little railroad train. This looks to me like the part that connects the two wheels on a train. You know what I'm talking about? Doesn't matter if you don't. And switch the cupping of your hands. And we'll do the other side. And feel the energy running through the upper part of your body. Let's squeeze the facial muscles and open the eyes and the mouth wide. Do a lion face. Squeeze and lion. Squeeze and lion. Two more. And rub your hands together. And send that energy into your face. And down. And let's just do a little circling of the body. And circle the other way. And let's bring the legs out in front, and we'll just bounce those legs up and down. Bringing some energy into our legs. And then flossing, we're just moving the body forward and back. Slow it down. Wow. Feel all the energy that you just moved through your body doing that. And we'll windshield wiper the legs. And let's bring one foot in. We'll interlace the fingers between the toes. And we'll circle the ankle. And circle the ankle back the other way. Energy. And flick that energy away. And we'll change feet. So interlacing your fingers between your toes. And if you can't widen your toes to get your fingers between them, then you have homework. Circling the ankle. And circle back the other way. And point and flex. I don't know if I did that on the other side, but we'd already done that, so that's okay. And let's clap that foot. Bringing blood flow and energy into your foot. And then wipe that off. And then flick your fingers away, flicking off all of that stale energy. And come to stillness for just a moment, noticing how you feel. And we'll end our seated series with a spinal twist. And then back the other way. And back to center. Notice the body, notice the breath, notice the thoughts and feelings. And let's come over onto our hands and knees for some table poses, moving between cat and dog, grounding through the palms and the shoelace side of your feet. Feeling the body open in the front and open in the back. Taking long, slow breaths and savoring the motions. And we're coming to a variation of laughing cow. We're going to inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And we'll press back into child. And we'll try laughing cow from here. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, so slightly different. Maybe you have a preference. And rest. We'll do one more here. Maybe you want to pad your knees. Should have thought of that sooner. Inhale back up. And now we're going to keep the whole body straight and imagine a wind is blowing us. So we're going to inhale, exhale, coming back, inhaling forward. Or again, maybe you want to inhale back and exhale forward. So it doesn't have to be dramatic. Just going back as far as feels safe, keeping the body straight, strengthening your thighs and your core. And back down into child. Let's come up to standing. You can come through a lunge or whatever way works for you. Finding Tadasana. Bring the hands up in front of you. We're going to push away and pull towards. Again, receiving and giving. And come back to stillness. Feel the energy circulate. Let's inhale the arms up. And bring the palms together and steeple if you like, and we'll tip over to one side. Inhale tall and tip over the other way. Inhale back to center, float the arms down. If you have better balance, the left leg comes in front, squeeze those legs, turning to the left. Inhale back to center and change sides, squeezing the legs or staying in mountain pose if that's better for your balance. Inhale back to center, uncross and come to stillness. Let's do a sun salute. Start with a half salute. So coming to the top of our mats, bring the hands to the heart. Connecting with the breath, reaching down into the earth and up to the sky. Deep breath in. Start with a half salute, exhale over. Inhale left. Exhale, fold. Inhale back up. And hands to heart. We're going to lunge back this time. Inhale. Exhale over. Bend your knees to get your hands onto the floor and send your right leg back into a lunge. We'll just hang out here for a little bit, just little rocking back and forth, opening the hips. And then gluing your hands to the floor, step back into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Inhale forward into plank, or put your knees on the floor for a half plank. Inhale back to downward facing dog. And walk yourself to the front of your mat, forward fold. And inhale up. And hands to heart. So we're taking 3 breaths in each pose. And now the left leg will go back. Inhale. And fold. Send the left leg back. And we'll just do a little rock here, just opening the hips. And then gluing the hands to the floor, stepping back into downward facing dog. Draw the belly in and lift the tailbone. If any of this gets to be too much, come into child pose. Inhaling forward into plank, knees on the floor, or take child. And back. All right, we're back. Don't know what happened there. We were in downward facing dog, walking forward into our forward fold. And inhaling up. And hands to heart. Let's step out to a 5-pointed star. Bring your hands behind you. You're either grabbing opposite elbows, prayer position with your fingers pointing down, or prayer position with your fingers pointing up. Take a nice deep breath. Turn your toes to the right. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bowing over your leg, bringing your elbows away from your body. Inhale back up. Turn one set of toes in, the other toes out, turning your body the other way. Inhale tall, lifting the chest, pressing the shoulders down and back. Draw the belly in and reach over your front leg. Lift your elbows away from your body and let your head go. Inhale back up. Bring your toes in, come back to your five-pointed star. And toe heel, back to center. And we're going to come into Vrikshasana, tree pose. So if you need to hold on to something, find your support, find your drishti. Just rotate the left knee out, hands to heart. Growing roots down into the earth and drawing earth energy up. And then bringing your heel against your ankle or your calf or all the way up to your inner thigh, not your knee. Adding some arms if you like. And come down. Back to stillness. And we'll shift our weight, rotate the knee out, palms together, find your drishti, grounding through your standing leg and stretching up tall, and then adding a leg if you like off the floor. Falling out is okay too. We always have one side that's better than the other. And come down, back to Tadasana, take it in. Feel the energy of this time of year. And let's come down onto our mats. Down onto our bellies. Take a few breaths here in crocodile pose. And straighten the legs, bring the hands together at your sides. Slide forward, coming into Sphinx pose. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and shine from your heart. Eyes open or closed, but the eyeballs roll up. If you'd like to make it a little more interesting, you can press into your palms and come up a little higher, keeping the shoulders down, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And then we'll stay in whichever version you've chosen. And come on back down. And come back into crocodile pose. When you're ready, we'll roll over onto our backs. Bring the knees in and give yourself a hug. Feel the back lengthen on the floor. The tension releasing through the back of your body. And take your knees and your hands and draw little circles. And circle the other way. And place your feet back down on the floor, hands at your sides. Snuggle into the earth. Come into Setu Bandhasana. Let's inhale up. And exhale down. And add some arms. Inhale up. And exhale down. Nice, full breaths, slow movements. Again, just as we did at the beginning, exhaling and then pausing, breathing all the air out. Inhaling deeply and fully and pausing for a beat here. Feel the fullness of the season and the letting go of the season. We'll do one more set and notice how the energy of the two pauses is very different. And bring your knees in again and give yourself a hug. So I was thinking about that in terms of seasonal. The pause on the out breath is like the pause in the middle of winter. And the pause on the in breath is like the pause in the middle of summer. And let's open those legs out, coming into a happy baby. And you can continue that rocking motion. And we're going to continue this rocking motion by rocking over to one side. When one leg hits the floor, then the other leg is going to slowly come down on top of it. Inhaling open, going as far as you can, and then beginning to rock onto your back. Continue that rocking motion the other way. When your leg hits the floor, then the other leg slowly comes on top. Inhaling open as far as you can, rock. When you've made it back to the first side, you can turn this into a spinal twist. You can stay here, straightening your legs, holding your big toes with the first three fingers of the nearest hand, or you can bend your knees and stay in bent knee twist. Take that top arm and open it out, following it with your head. Surrender your weight into the floor. If you like, you can continue with that breath pattern of a deep breath in and a pause, and a deep breath out and a pause. Bring your head back in line with your legs. Bring your legs back in. Come back onto your back. Give yourself a hug. Come back into your happy baby. Roll over the other way. You like straighten your legs, grabbing your big toes with the nearest hand, or bend your knees. And then open out in the opposite direction. And if that's too intense for your arm, you're going to pad that arm Or bring the arm up overhead, or even just resting your hand on your rib cage. And continuing with that breath pattern, fullness, pause, emptiness, and pause. Turn the head to face the knees, bring the knees in. Give yourself a hug. And get what you need for Shavasana. And in Shavasana, we just let the breath be as it is. And we simply watch the breath. We're not controlling it here. You can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, move your fingers and toes. And gently stretch in whatever way feels good to you. And roll to one side. Make a pillow with your arms. Blink your eyes gently to come back into the room. And make your way to a seated position. Namaste.